baby, come on. I tried to turn this love around. Now, baby, come on. I tried to turn this love around. Now, baby, come on. I tried to turn this love around. Now, baby, come on. Now, baby, come on.
Oh yeah, wow.
Now,
That's very
baby,
cool.
come on.
Oh yeah, wow. That's very cool.
45 months Snapchat.
Now, baby,
Blah, 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 blah. Ah.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Commence the jiggling, y'all.
Commence the diggling.
Back on the boogie where cats used to harmonize like, yo. Back on the boogie where cats used to harmonize like, yo. Back on the boogie where cats used to harmonize like, yo. Back on the boogie where cats used to harmonize like, yo. Back on the boogie where cats used to harmonize like.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Has returned.
boys and girls,
Wow, that's very cool.
It's Wednesday, my dudes, and I need
the
hope.
best streamer to turn on a camera after the
Jet Pro, a new
lights go down.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
I'm Will Neff,
Good evening, King.
and I'd like to wish you a very hearty
Oh yeah, wow.
hey now. Hey now.
Oh yeah, wow.
Haas
that's
was
very
on
cool.
it with the hey now. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. All right, for my regular crowd, I know you were featured at Riot
Big
headquarters.
Bill is back.
I went to Riot HQ
Oh,
to
yeah,
tell
wow,
him that
that's
J
very
Vic
cool.
is
Do you think Batman
canon.
pees on the
But the creative-
rooftops? Or does he have a dude
That's
like still
me!
suit? I've never seen him eat or drink.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Hi, well,
Peas
hi,
off
chat.
rooftops?
I learned this today since it is film night.
I think he holds it.
Team, they weren't
That's me!
hearing it. They kicked me out. So I had to go put up subtle hints around the office.
That's
to spread
me!
Oh
awareness
yeah,
that J
wow,
Vic
that's
is
very
here.
cool.
Girth Burgers,
Security
thank you so
guard?
much.
Not
That's
happening.
me! Guys,
Yeah,
thank you
wow,
for all
that's
these
very cool.
subscriptions. What the fuck? We got a hype train cracking. Said like 4 words.
Oh,
I'll take
yeah,
it, though.
wow, that's very cool.
9
kicked
months of
out.
pure bliss. Thank
My
you for
life
making
is
our
so
night
bad. I
so
wish I-
special.
Is it weird I missed
wow,
you
that's
when I
very
just
cool.
watched you
Never
on the
my
Haunted
longest sub ever to
Mortuary
anything.
Paranormal
Oh,
Investigation
yeah, wow,
stream?
That's very cool.
That dude, that's the most chatter
Hey,
thing
now,
ever.
solid
To be
stream
like,
yesterday.
hey, I watched you do that
That's very
really
cool.
cool other
Neff on
thing you
Neff
did,
Whammy.
and I really wished you were at your desktop. I really wished
yeah,
you
wow, that's
didn't
very
do
cool.
that.
Hey now, holla now, movie night, y'all.
Oh yeah, wow,
All right,
that's very
guys,
cool.
wow,
now.
thank you for all these subscriptions. What the
yeah,
hell?
wow, that's
Fable
very
Guy,
cool.
Machine
Fuck you,
Rampage, some call me Supreme,
Oh
Jeevam.
yeah, wow, that's very cool.
What the hell? Sean the Barbarian, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you,
Why
thank
does
you.
each episode of Fear and only
Thank you.
get better and better?
Oh yeah, wow.
I
that's
mean,
very cool.
we get
We're
better
so
and
bad.
better. It doesn't get easier, you get better,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
wow, that's
I
very
think that's
cool.
the saying.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Hello, Mr.
Remember
Nick.
when the
Thank you
streamer
for
said,
streaming.
"Hey,
You're
now,
an
that was
inspiration
awesome"?
to
Yeah, let's
everyone
give him
here.
some money.
I can't express
Guys,
how
this is-
grateful I am for your whole.
Oh yeah,
This is
wow,
a
that's very
crazy
cool.
hype train.
Fully.
What
Thought
the
you were going
fudge?
to Gamescom.
Oh yeah, wow, that's
Dude,
very cool.
I'm trying to answer what's been going on in my
Oh, yeah,
life.
Wow, that's very cool.
There's just
Hey,
too
no.
much money. What
Oh
the?
yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Lazy
Epic.
Games Gaming.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Big
Sarah
48.
Mayhem. What the guys? Another 5. Jesus Christ. This is the new frontier of streaming, baby. I just sit here and say catchphrases and you guys throw money. Okay. Hey now. Hey now, Ace Knives, thank you. Quantifiable. What the fuck? Ooh, Megan. Dude, I gotta take more days off. I didn't take a single day off, by the way. Semantic, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh yeah, wow.
Thank you, thank
that's
you.
very cool.
My bourbon pod. Use your prime. Hey, use your prime. An anonymous gifter? Now we have people just shelling out money? Anonymously? Thank you, whoever you might be. Vivid Stars, thank you so much. Use my Prime on Hassan today? Stupid. What a stupid idiot. I'm just kidding. That's a good person to prime to. Jesus Christ! Jesus, dude. The amount of links and fucking you guys are just eager for me to do streamer shit. Thank you. Hey Dell. Thank you to everybody. Carlos! I gotta tell you about my experience down in San Diego. I can't give too much away. Shh. I can't give too much. This channel still exists? I missed 2 streams! It's been a week? No. Incorrect. Incorrect. Jesus Christ. Just the loud noises. Bro, this is so dramatic. I did a workout stream at a different time. I went down to San Diego and did something with the Wub Cub crew. And then I did a paranormal ghost hunting stream. I wasn't even supposed to stream tonight. I was supposed to be on a plane right now. Your dreams of streaming don't count? What is happening? Not going to Germany? No.
Oh yeah, wow.
I'm not going to Germany. Okay,
Happy to see
listen.
you back.
I appreciate the hype train, but
wow,
okay.
that's very cool.
God damn it. But I'll tell you guys
Oh yeah, wow.
what's going
That's
on.
very cool.
No Germany. You guys, first of all, I'm pausing the
Yeah,
music.
wow, that's very cool.
You are
Say the
literally
lines, Will.
upset that I did
yeah, wow,
streamers
that's very cool.
other than my
Hola.
desktop stream. You didn't
yeah,
actually
wow,
want me to
that's
go to
very
Germany.
cool.
You guys didn't actually want me to go to
Oh, yeah,
Germany.
wow, that's
Just
very
admit
cool.
you wanted desktop streams, okay?
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
First and
I'm
foremost.
on your side. Those families signed the waivers so David is innocent, minus the baby part.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very
All right.
cool.
To come or not to
Out
come,
of
that is the
context,
tuna.
that sounds
Oh, yeah,
crazy.
wow, that's very
About the
cool.
baby and the
That's it,
waivers.
but
That
still a full
sounds
moon.
crazy. I need
Oh
to
yeah, wow,
we
that's very
please
cool.
Neffel, my
please
goat.
stop throwing money at me and let me
yeah,
tell you
wow,
what
that's
what
very
I've been
cool.
doing. Okay.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very
Jesus Christ.
cool.
My favorite part of last night's stream is Caroline singing in a room by herself for a ghost, then
Yes.
stopping in with no hesitation asking the ghost if it's Jesus.
Samuel,
also, when are we
the
getting
mighty-
Bigfoot's Wild Weekend for movie night?
Oh yeah, wow, that's very
Bigfoot's
cool.
Wild Weekend? Never even heard of that.
I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
You need a pack of cowboy killers rolled up in your sleeve to finish the look.
Yeah,
Remember,
dude.
kids, smoking is cool.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Hopefully these
uh,
offerings will suffice, my lord.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
fully
wow, that's
leaning
very
back
cool.
into the
I haven't
gunslinger
seen you
look.
in ages.
I kind of just
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like a
wow, that's
gunslinger.
very
Alerts,
cool.
it's overwhelming. Finny the Pooh thing.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, I
wow,
think it's
that's
calmed
very
down.
cool.
I can talk. Okay.
Oh yeah, wow. that's
Judge
very cool.
Budge
61 months with the big
22.
dog.
Thank you, thank
Oh,
you,
yeah,
thank
wow,
you,
that's
thank
very
you,
cool.
thank you,
My
thank
favorite
you.
part-time streamer.
Queasies, thank you
Oh, yeah,
so
wow,
much.
That's very cool.
Go birds.
Go Birds.
Oh yeah, wow.
What the
that's very
fuck?
Cool. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, wow, that's
very
really cool. Okay.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
How many of you subbed?
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
I've missed the stream.
Amanda
Excited
Panda
for a
Rose,
movie
thank you
TN.
so much. I'm resetting them, okay? Resetting them. Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Olympi, thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
We can't be left alone again.
Evidently not, because you guys are acting like I just came
Oh,
back
yeah,
from
wow,
war.
That's very cool.
You guys are acting like a
open the
golden
gates.
retriever whose owner just came back from Afghanistan. Like, this is crazy. Willie B, thank you so much.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Can we watch the
Thank
spooky
you.
stream anywhere? I missed it also you the best will.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
you can
wow,
watch
that's
this
very cool.
fucking
Holy
fuck.
now.
All right, I'm
Oh, yeah,
resetting the
wow,
alerts
that's-
just for a second again. Thank you to everybody. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I told you I was going to try and do more content outside
Oh, yeah, wow, that's
of.
very cool.
Is it the Jets year?
No, of course not. It's definitely not the Jets year.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Part-time harass streamer. I'm going to see a Savannah Bananas game soon.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
That's awesome,
Go
Savannah
Giants.
Bananas. Dude, my mom is really into the Savannah Bananas now, which is hilarious. Okay, so in order, here is where I have been. The first day you didn't see me, I did a workout stream with Cyan and John Spooky Choi on Venice Beach. We dressed up as the Street Fighter crew and we worked out at Muscle Beach. I know a lot of you missed that stream because it wasn't at my normal hours, but it was fucking hilarious because I was getting stopped to take photos every 3 seconds because everybody was like, oh my God, that's Ken. You look just like Ken. Oh my God, Ken. I look like divorce court Ken from the later games so much in the cosplay. It was crazy. Yeah, here's a quick clip from that stream. I mean, we were
Oh,
doing
yeah,
some
wow, that's
very,
cool.
very
Hey, now.
cutting edge workout technology. Check this out.
Hey, what's up? We noticed you working out here. Do you need a spot? You're finally awake. We come as a package deal. We were digging your vibe across the gym.
Oh yeah, wow.
Me and my partner. And I. You should train with us.
You actually sound like you're divorced.
Yeah.
And this is me.
You're out for hours.
Thank you.
Oh,
wow,
that
that's very
stream was
cool.
so
Yeah.
goddamn funny. That
Oh,
stream
yeah,
was
wow,
so
that's very
goddamn funny.
cool.
Mr. Fancy
Say
Penguin,
it.
thank you. Dwaddledorf, thank you. Thank you to everybody. I love Cyan. She's so funny, dude. She's so funny. We're going to do, so Cyan, John, and I've been promising you guys this. Workout streams. I'm going to try and do semi-regular workout streams with them where we cosplay and work out. The vibes were amazing. I'll try and get them closer to my stream time, but I'm trying to do more of those. We had so much fun. We're going to try and do that more often. Shout out to John. Shout out Cyan. I just had a fucking blast. Here's another clip.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
As you
Have
can
you
see,
seen
All right,
the
one more.
Deadlock character? Billy the Demonic Goat.
Billy the Demonic Goat. No, I haven't seen it.
Good
Gotta check
effort,
it out.
bud.
Yeah, we were imploring
I
a
got
lot
both
of
POVs.
Love you, Dad.
brand
Straight
new
on
workout
stage.
tech.
I thought you retired before I saw you yesterday. I was also wondering if the rumors are true that you and Carol made out in the coffin.
No, I did not make out with Carol the doll in the coffin. Incorrect. Falsified. Okay, so that's the first thing that happened. The second thing that happened, and there's no clips of this because it's going to be a YouTube video. I drove my ass down to San Diego to film with the Wubby crew because Wubby and I, for a long time, have been wanting to make Japanese game show content. That's right. You guys know that I've been talking about it forever. And we filmed something called Half Suit. Now, if you've never seen or heard of Half Suit, let me show you. Yes. There's the suit right there. There's the suit right there.
Oh, yeah,
But this
wow,
is the
that's very
original,
cool.
this is the
Hello,
original inspiration.
Well-known Japanese comedian faced a hilarious challenge on the variety show Downtown Wednesday. Wear a half suit on a
wow,
date
that's
with a
very
famous
cool.
idol without getting caught to win a prize. Meeting at an amusement park, the girl immediately complimented his suit. Kasuga skillfully kept a step behind her to conceal his secret. They headed to the carousel, where Kasuga strategically chose a horse diagonal to hers. Despite his nerves, he managed to stay composed through.
So I did this. Mainly because we couldn't find anybody else to wear the half suit. Now you guys are going to have to wait to find out how the 2 dates went. You guys are going to have to wait for the YouTube video, but let me just say, it was fucking hilarious. It was fucking unbelievably hilarious. And it should be out within the month, I'm told. Should be out within the month. But it's everything that you want from half suit fake dating videos. And that's all I'll say. That is all I'll say. I promised Wub and crew I wouldn't give out any more detail, but know this. It is hopefully the first of many Wub Neff collaborative Japanese game show projects. We all had so much fun. Are the girls in on it? No. No, they are not in on it in the slightest. And that's all I will tell you about Half Suit. So that's the second thing. The third thing, ladies and gentlemen, in case you missed it, let me pull it up. A good friend of mine and an amazing streamer named Datoon has a paranormal investigation stream where he goes to very haunted places and he does a paranormal investigation. And yesterday,
the wrong delivery. Oh my God.
We went to a mortuary in Pasadena, where the owner and proprietor of the mortuary had spent years cutting up the bodies and selling the body parts. So it is a very, very haunted place. And we did a lot of paranormal investigation, and it was crazy. It was absolutely unhinged. You got to go haunted. Dude, listen, I'm going to say this. I'm a skeptic.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's
But that
cool.
shit was spooky. That shit was spooky.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's very cool.
Pistol PP12. Thank you so much. It was kind of crazy. Anyway, it's more of a comedic show than anything.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's very cool.
And it's another thing that I have promised to do for a long time. So those 3 things.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's very cool.
Promises
Hey, Will,
made.
excited for film.
Promises
Did you
kept.
see Lemonade Stand talk about the death of superhero movies? It might be good React content.
Lemonade Stand. All right, yeah. Let me take a look.
Movies have. I don't take no shit from anyone.
Now that you did the Half Suit collab, we'll be waiting for the Half Sword collab. Betty Spaghetti. Also PLS show whole.
Okay. All right, yeah, Half Sword and Whole. We'll make a night of it.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's very cool.
Anyway.
It's been 80 years.
It's been 80 years.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's very cool.
Listen, I don't want to see any more Don't Believe His Lies, okay? Because I think this weekend I should have the Will Neff music stream up and running. We're doing the workout streams, the Japanese game shows. I'm doing all the collabs. Including one that this chat has been asking for forever. And I had to cancel doing something else to do it. At TwitchCon, I will be one of the improvisers featured on the Everything Now live show from TwitchCon. So I know you guys have been wanting to see me improv forever, and I know you guys have been wanting to see me on the Everything Now show. I fucking love those guys. So I'm doing it. I'm also doing a meet and greet.
Oh, yeah, wow.
I'm also
That's very
doing
cool.
something
Let's go.
with Baby No Moolah. So I will be very active at TwitchCon. Those are all the things. Now, as for... Oh, go ahead.
I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
My boyfriend of 6 years just proposed to me and I just wanted a hey now ring emoji.
Hey now! Congratulations. I think.
Will have said anything more about what's supposed to happen next week? You
No.
said would be huge, just
Nope.
wondering.
I'm not saying anything about that. I'm not saying anything about that. But it's still scheduled to happen.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Survivor Australia versus the world is absolute flames so far. I can't wait to watch you react to it in 3 years' time.
Yep.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Any plans on seeing Highest to Lowest? I watched it this weekend and I would want to know your thoughts on it.
I'll try and watch it. I got caught up on a lot of my other movies. I watched Weapons. I forget what else. I watched Weapons twice. I loved Weapons. I thought it was great. Catch the New Alien. I am really enjoying Alien as well. Whole damn year.
A whole damn year.
Hell yeah. This emote is unlisted. Click to view it.
Oh, yeah,
Myth
wow, that's very
Labubu?
Salam alaikum, my ginger.
What the fuck is that? Malaikum salam. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so the reason I didn't go to Germany, I was supposed to do a appearance for a company. I'm not gonna say what. The appearance just got moved. So I had no imperative to go to Germany anymore. My flight was still booked. I was supposed to leave today. And like, I had a work call. I had just, my morning was so packed and I was like, so I would be going to Germany just for like a vacation.
Oh, yeah, wow, that's very cool.
And I couldn't find the strength. I gotta be so honest. I was like looking at my unpacked bag and I was like,
yeah,
I can't,
wow, that's
I
very
can't
cool.
do it. I can't do it. Angry Bullet, thank you so much. So I just tapped out. I tapped out because I wanted to do some streams. I wasn't going to be able to stream from Germany really. And I was like, oh man, I missed 2 streams. I wonder how chat's going to be. Well, I come back and chat is like, I guess all on Suicide Watch anyway. So I'm glad I didn't go because you would have been another 3 days without streaming. Have you heard about Alone Africa? No, but that sounds incredible. Okay, so there's my little 30 minutes of catching up with you guys. That's
Is it
where I've
possible
been.
for you to post your weekly schedule on Discord? I don't want to miss these off-channel streams. Nefla also reminder DC has a lot of animated films for free on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I always give a heads up on all of these things. Everything I did, I gave a heads up on. Maybe we can assign someone to be the master of taking what I say and posting it on the Discord so people...
I know it's gauche to recommend a movie in a sub message, especially for film night.
No,
but
please. But I know it's gauche to recommend a movie in a sub, especially for film night, but why? Did you... What is why? This is not a movie. Did you go to recommend a movie and have a stroke? What happened? I'm so sad for Gingerbread Fetus. They loaded up their sub and they were like, here we go. I'm going to recommend a movie. Why? Oh, fuck. That is so unfortunate.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Oh, they panicked. Is Anthony Richardson's career over? I don't think so. He's so young, man. I mean, over in terms of, do I think he's going to start this year? No. But there are some quarterback needy teams. Like, for real, I could see the Saints making a move on him. The Saints need a quarterback. The Saints need somebody right now. And why not take a flyer on them? I don't know. I feel like the only reason they wouldn't is if they're trying to tank. because Arch Manning basically said that his grandfather was full of shit and he isn't going to play another year in college. All right, let's take a look at this quick lemonade stand thing about superhero movies disappearing. How long is this? Let me take a look real quick.
Part of the culture in their lives. I don't know if we can pull this up. Can I?
This is, I mean, I feel invested in this. I'm a big superhero movie fan. I grew up like reading comic books. I love
wow, that's for
Private Pile. Thank you.
Most superhero movies.
I didn't know you read
in
comic
general,
books.
or at least like these big franchises. Like I'm mostly a Marvel fan. I didn't really like grow up with DC or anything.
Sure.
I was like really invested in these like big franchises and movies and everything. And I have a lot of opinions on like why this is all
Marsh, pull up Lemon Party.
Ended up where it has now. And I still enjoy these movies to an extent. I think my favorite movie ever is a superhero movie. So
oh yeah, name 3 superheroes.
My favorite movie ever is The Dark Knight. And I can
that's a kind of
was
a
The Social
movie.
Network.
I guess it is.
Yeah, it's like one of the least superhero movies, so I'll give you that. But in general, very big fan. So I'm excited to hear it.
I'm excited to hear your opinions then. Let me just give you the business context here and we'll go into it. So, little backstory. Superhero movies through the 70s, 80s, and even 90s are mostly slop. They're
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Wampa, he's kind of losing me already. He's kind of losing me already. But okay.
Few and far between. They have a few like Superman franchise was kind of a hit, but mostly they're campy. They don't get critical acclaim, and they do decently at the box office, but nothing special.
He means camp. I mean, that is fair, but like, I don't think they were too far off the norm for filmmaking at that time. Like you could argue that like the majority of films made in the 80s are kind of camp. You know what I mean? But I hear what he's saying. They're not like Criterion projects, nor were they intended to be.
They're just done few and far between on the biggest franchises. There's the Batman that Jack Nicholson does is the villain. And then around 97.
Wasn't this movie made God, when was this made?
And then around 97, they ramp up with the Batman series.
1998, that's what I thought.
This one was pretty successful. And then around 97, they get the George Clooney Batman and Robin. So we get this really, really campy, really terrible, low-reviewed movie with, big stars like Arnold playing.
Okay, he's not. Atrioc is usually right on, but he's missing one of the really key points about why Schumacher's Batman happened after Batman 1 and 2. Batman 1 and 2, I think, are Criterion films, and they're really good, right? You have fantastic actors, and they have a really, really dark overtone, right? I think they kind of set the standard for superhero movies for a long time.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very
obviously
cool.
Those films were made by Tim Burton, so they were highly stylized. The reason that Batman went from being this dark kind of Criterion film to the Schumacher version was because of McDonald's. This is a really interesting factoid. McDonald's had a series of Batman toys in their Happy Meals. And so a lot of parents were like, oh, this is a movie for children. And with the superhero film legacy to that point, they wouldn't have been crazy for making that assumption. So when they took their kids to go see Batman 2, where you literally see the Penguin get murdered, kids were traumatized. And there was so much backlash that Warner Brothers hired Schumacher with the intention of, hey, return Batman to its fucking pulpy, holy smokes, Batman nature, so that we can go back to selling toys.
And every line in this movie is an ice pun.
The Iceman cometh.
Please, show some mercy.
Schumacher was a terrible fit. I thought the first film from Schumacher wasn't horrible. Two-Face and the Riddler. Maybe it's just because Jim Carrey does such a good job as the Riddler. I don't know.
Mercy? I'm afraid that my condition has left me cold to your pleas of mercy.
He does a million more. He does like, what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. It's gonna do a million. Okay, you can pause. Truly terrible. A true critical flop. Doesn't make very much money. And Hollywood kind of decides, if we have George Clooney and Arnold Schwarzenegger at the prime of their careers and we can't make it work, superhero movies are dumb.
What
They're
could we
stupid.
possibly do?
Nothing could have fixed that. And so in in the next 2 years, there's no superhero movies at all. I think there's only one, and we'll talk about it for a second. There's Blade. Now,
Blade phenomenon.
It is very under-discussed. I don't even know it's a Marvel property. But Blade is
Please,
actually
thank you
the
so much.
only thing that keeps the ember alive.
Let's go.
Because Blade is a tiny Marvel franchise from their new little fledgling Marvel unit, and it makes a nice return on his budget. Nothing crazy.
During COVID, when I moved in with Ludwig, Slime, and Nick, we would watch movies a lot. And we had a week where we watched the Blade trilogy, one movie each night, and then we watched all of the John Wick movies back to back to back.
Okay.
And the Blade movies kind of rip.
Do they?
The Blade movies are phenomenal. Blade 1 and 2 are phenomenal.
The first Blade movie is kind of sick.
So if you haven't seen the first Blade movie,
Kind of sick. I don't think there's any argument there. The first Blade movie is one of the best superhero movies ever made.
Doug, I just got one quote here.
Some motherfuckers are always
Trying to ice skate uphill.
trying to ice skate uphill.
Damn.
So Blade's pretty badass.
Yeah, I know, I'm in.
And it does not amazing. Nobody's writing about it, but it did good. It made its money back, plus more people were happy. And because of that, their other fledgling project doesn't get canceled. And that project is X-Men. Okay, we enter the 2000s now. This is the year 2000. This movie is a surprising hit. Even though it's kind of campy, even though it's got superheroes, even though it's got powers, audiences respond well. It gets pretty good reviews. People are excited about it. They want more. And it does pretty well at the box office. And then right after that,
he's forgetting to mention Spawn. Yeah, he's not mentioning a lot of movies. The Crow, Spawn.
Get the one that really kicks it off. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yes, sir.
Cinema.
Yes, sir.
I like how he's also referring to the movies as the lead actors' movies. Like, this isn't Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. This is fucking Raimi's Spider-Man. But okay, whatever. If you know, splitting hairs.
And I think a lot of people have a very fond memory of this movie and the trilogy of movies that it spawned. It just hit at the right time, and this was a smash success. I believe this is the number one movie overall of 2002. It beats like Harry Potter movies. It beats Star Wars. It beats a lot of big franchises. And so Hollywood suddenly realizes that there's a lot of money to be made here. And so
What version of the Hulk is that?
in the 2000s, we get the beginning of what will become the superhero dominance. So we get all these movies you can see here, and they start taking off. Not all of them are good. It's hits and misses.
That's the Ed Norton one? Oh, okay.
But they make a decent amount of money, and people are clearly interested. There's a hunger for it.
Mm-hmm.
So in the 2000s, we got, in total, 31 superhero movies and 3 shows. These are sort of, basically a boomer of the internet now, these are the ones that I remember and that I like, okay? And then at the end of the 2000s, I don't have a picture for this year. Maybe we'll add this in post. We get Aiden's favorite movie. We get The Dark Knight at 2009. And we get, in the exact same year, like 1 month before or after, we get Iron Man.
For cool.
3 years now. 3 years. Thank you so much. It's so interesting because I think both of these movies were linchpins in a way for their universe. And while I think Iron Man is a fine film, I think The Dark Knight is a fantastic film, one of the best films ever. And the ironic thing is this worked better as a linchpin than this, because the other superheroes in the DC universe could not fit into the Dark Knight world. It's too gritty, it's too dark, it's too real. Whereas this just worked as a superhero movie. The reason we got Man of Steel and Wonder Woman and Flash and all those movies was because they were trying to make the Dark Knight version of those properties.
And these two
Thank you,
combined give superheroes everything it was finally missing. It gives it critical acclaim, cultural acclaim, and it also gives it the beginning of what would become the Marvel web of franchise.
So the one thing that he's missing too, beyond the critical acclaim and everything like that, is it took Robert Downey Jr., who at that point was an uninsurable addict, bad boy, fallen actor, and it revived his career. Robert did I don't know if you guys remember this, but the big story was Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark. That guy can't not do coke on a set. And so a lot of like the critical appeal from this movie came from, wow, what a fantastic movie. Nolan is a genius. And a lot of the critical acclaim for this movie came from, wow, Robert Downey Jr. is back and he's fantastic.
Okay. And these two combined give superheroes everything it was finally missing. It gives it critical acclaim, cultural acclaim.
Jarvis, fill my helmet with galaxy gas.
And it also gives it the beginning of what would become the Marvel web of franchises, everything interconnected. It gives you watch one, you have to watch the next one, you have to watch the other ones. So those two combine, and superheroes get heroin, they get cocaine, they get shot off into the stratosphere. So over the next
they get heroin, they get cocaine. It's a crazy way of saying that. I like it.
Okay, this is the 2010s. This is where most Zoomers got into it. We go from an average of 3 movies a year and almost no shows per year to 4.5 movies a year and a lot of shows. We get a ton more Marvel. This is Avengers kicks off this decade, and it goes all the way through the decade. And then at the end of the decade, we get Avengers Endgame. 2019. And this is what you might say is the culmination of this decade that everyone attached to.
Yeah.
This movie does absolutely insane numbers. I believe it's the second highest grossing movie of all time. Doesn't quite beat Avatar.
It's
which
crazy
is
that Avatar's still won, to be honest.
And that's not even counting inflation. That's insane. But it's seen all over the world. It's this huge cultural touchstone.
Did they just yada yada to Endgame? Yeah, a little bit.
And then we get COVID. Okay? And then we get into the 2020s.
Yes.
At the end of Sinners, I thought they were going to ask Sammy to be an Avenger.
That would have been a fucking amazing ending.
It's our decade now. Now, I've annualized these numbers. This is not the actual total number. This is as if you basically have to double it because it's only been 5 years. But we're getting an annualized number of 6 movies a year and 4 TV shows a year. Way more than we were getting before, but it's after Endgame and everyone's kind of possibly moved on. I want to talk about it. So this is where we're in now, where we're getting more superhero stuff than ever, but the critical acclaim is down, the box office is down, and we're getting movies like this.
Okay, I'm glad he went right into that. The reason that the critical acclaim is down is because everybody tried to cash in on the gold rush, particularly Sony. And I don't want to just cast stones at Sony, but Sony has a propensity to make some of the worst pieces of dog shit ever made. And Sony did not give a fucking shit about their superhero franchise property. They just were kind of doing like assembly line superhero movies, and they were bad. So part of the reason the critical acclaim was down was because they were making crappy movies at a lightning clip. You know what I mean? It's not like critics changed their mind on what constitutes a good movie. They really did just start making dog shit, right? Like they really were just and it wasn't just Sony. By the way, I heard an interesting factoid, which is a crazy thing. The first director that they approached for Morbius was Ari Aster, which can you fucking imagine if we had got an Ari Aster Morbius? God, what a different project that would have been.
So Madam Web comes out recently, flop. Eternals comes out, gigantic budget,
Crap.
$400 million budget, flop. Kraven the Hunter from Sony, flop.
When Kraven the Hunter was first screened, I have a friend at Sony, I'm not going to out them, and he told me after he left the screening, it was the worst movie he had ever seen. And like the test audience was like shocked.
Budget, like $400 million budget, flop. Kraven the Hunter from Sony, flop. Thunderbolt, even high.
I loved Kraven. I still haven't seen it, but he just told me that the test audience was like, it was like one of the worst test audience reactions that they had ever seen.
The reviewed ones, though, are now starting to do underperformed. We got Fantastic Four just came out. This is going to listen. This is a well-reviewed movie. Lost $100 million. Fantastic Four, fairly well-reviewed. Probably going to lose, I think.
Did you review Eddington? I can do a fast review of Eddington, spoiler-free. Ari Aster is a fucking genius. It is very unfortunate that right now the only stories he wants to tell are about how much he despises everyone. Ari Aster wants to make one kind of movie right now, and that movie is, I think human beings are horrible monster people and they should all be punished. I thought Eddington was good. But it was just so like, oh man, he really hates everyone.
A lot less, maybe 20 to 50. And now, starting right now today, there are no superhero movies for the next 6 months, which has not happened since 2011. We haven't had a gap like this. Hollywood's like tried for the past, basically since the 2020 started, and they've been diminishing returns. And now it's finally like they're soft giving up. And this will be the first year since 20.
I disagree. I don't think they're soft giving up. I think they have realized that they have to make a quality project. And all respect to Fantastic Four, I haven't seen it yet. I've heard it's okay. I watched Thunderbolts. I'm going to be honest. Thunderbolts was not impressive. It wasn't that good. You can review it however you want. I thought Thunderbolts was like the most down the pipe superhero filler project. And the only good part about it was the Century. So I don't know.
11 without an MCU film in the domestic top 5.
That's
it was fun, goddammit. Okay, you're making my point though. Your goddammit is fighting for the fact that it was fun. Typically, fun projects that are just kind of like, that's fine, don't do well. And ultimately, Thunderbolts would have done well if they didn't spend $500 million on it. Period. Thunderbolts could have just been a fun $100 million project. And in that case, it would have tripled its money. But the total budget for Thunderbolts, including marketing, was $500 million, $500 million, including marketing, which is fucking crazy. You were never going to make money on that. It had to be $1 billion film to make money. They keep trying to get end game results by spending a bunch of money, putting top tier talent in the project, but they're not. Endgame, they built to it for a fucking decade, man. You can't artificially do that. And when they had to throw Kang the Conqueror out because Kang was conquering his wife, they kind of were listless and had to start over.
Which is like not happened. And so the last chance for Marvel, I'm just going to wrap this up. We can talk about it. They have one last shot on goal. They have Avengers Doomsday coming Christmas next year. They spent an absolutely gargantuan amount of money to get Robert Downey Jr. said he was done. His character died. Tony Stark died. He said, I'm done with Marvel.
Did you get the AC figured out in your room? No. Which is why I'm wearing fucking go-go pants right now. I'm wearing swim trunks.
They said, what if we gave you $200 million, the most any actor has ever been paid for a movie ever? Yeah. Second highest is Keanu Reeves because he took like percentage points on the Matrix trilogy and got like, no one's close. So RDJ is going to get.
I think RDJ did one amendment. I think he did sign up for multiple projects though. I think Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom for that $200 million is scheduled to be featured in 2 projects and have a cameo in a third, as I understand it.
Get $200 million. He comes back. He's going to play Dr. Doom. This is their last chance. If this fails, it seems completely over for Marvel. This is like everything's trying.
No way.
Trying to build to this. And this is for when we talk about it. What's next? So I want to also posit a question. Let's talk about this all. Give your thoughts. But I want to ask, if superheroes are over, Hollywood is not going to suddenly become creative. What is next? And I think the answer, if you look at the stats, is video games. Okay? Mario Bros did a billy.
Is he going to talk about what a huge success Superman was? This feels strange to completely overlook that Superman was kind of like a huge success in spite of itself.
Minecraft movie did a billy. Sonic 3 did way more than Eternals at 1/3 of the cost. This is what it seems like we're leaning into. So is it a superhero into video game era? Do superheroes still have juice?
Cool.
I leave the question to you guys. I want to.
Okay, you noticed he mentioned something. And I wish he would go in on this, right? Sonic 3. He mentioned Sonic 3 as a success. Sonic 3 grossed $492 million, right?
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Alu.
What did Fantastic Four gross? Fantastic Four grossed, look at this. I want you to notice this, almost an identical amount. 492 million, 471 million. The difference is that Sonic cost a fraction of the price that Fantastic Four did.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very
It was like $100 million project. And I think, honestly, the answer is not shifting the content. It's making affordable films. Part of the problem is that Marvel has been using the same actors for over a decade. When you use the same actors for over a decade in a successful project, just like a sitcom, you gotta pay them. If you have a sitcom that runs for 10 years, on the 10th year, you are gonna have to pay that talent a fucking astronomical amount. So, here is my expectation. All of this, oh God, oh Lord, X-Men's gonna make money. X-Men's gonna make money, and everybody's gonna reset the fucking panic meter with new actors that they don't have to pay $200 million to show up in 2 films. They're gonna reset. It's gonna be like, oh fuck, wait, these are characters we want to see. As long as they don't spend $500 million on the film, it's gonna make money.
I don't know what you think, but that's my little catch-up presentation. Aiden, you look dumbfounded, but you're a superhero guy. Give me your context going into this. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
you also have to take in consideration that Disney is a merchandising powerhouse that will make its money in other sectors. Exactly.
I've been watching since 2020 when I started
nice.
My Bachelor.
That's
and
crazy.
your streams have been a big part of the journey. Thanks for all the great content.
Thank you.
Yeah, wow,
hit at the right time growing up, right? But my understanding is with Marvel specifically, they were a company in a rough spot, and they were in a position where they were actually licensing out their properties, like their stronger properties, like Spider-Man.
Let me pee real quick. Okay.
That's what Sony owns the license to that character. They made the movies. And then Iron Man was their big gamble or big step forward of taking a property that wasn't very popular, a superhero that wasn't very popular, and let's see if we can build our own movie, like reform this character. And then
why are they recasting such a recognizable actor for a second role in the same universe? It's the same reason why people go and watch movies on IP they recognize. There's something about the pull to the box office. And is that a proven science? Is there any proven science to that Robert Downey Jr. will get butts in seats for the Doom projects? No. My expectation is that they are trying to reset and bring Iron Man back. I know they keep saying that's not going to happen, but I think it's going to be a multiverse of madness. I think it's going to be a multiverse of madness.
they end up building a broader franchise out of it, right?
Yeah.
And I think although there are other superhero movies, like there's all these DC movies like Justice League and Wonder Woman, these like Man of Steel, that sort of era of DC Universe movies. I think the main thing we all think about in the past 15 years is the Marvel movies and the universe they built out with Avengers, right?
Yeah.
And I do think there's this idea of there being like too much or too much saturation of these movies, but the reality is it's that they're bad. I think that is the main thing. We basically got a decade of Marvel movies that were on the whole pretty good. Like most of those movies were pretty okay, and even if
Nolan's Batman, that's over 10 years ago.
I don't take no shit from anyone.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did he really decide that Deadpool and Wolverine didn't happen and make $1 billion? Yeah, superhero movies are over.
Were bad ones. They were formed into this pretty cohesive story that came together in a really interesting way that we hadn't seen in any other media franchise, not through movies before, right?
Sure.
You got to like watch most of these movies over the better part of a decade in a plot that basically made sense, and all of these characters come together for the first time in a fashion that you just had never seen before, and the payoff was good. And then after that payoff, right, you need to follow it up with something substantial. Like, give me a reason to continue watching, right? And I think except for the Spider-Man movies, which are incredibly successful, like
they do really
any
well.
Spider-Man movie that comes out goes crazy.
That's
right?
the only big hit, by the way, so far of the
Deadpool
2020s, I think, is Spider-Man.
Deadpool made money like a fucking rough shot. So did Superman.
No Way Home.
He's like the exception to the rule. Yeah. I feel like Spider-Man.
Oh, and Guardians 3, yeah.
Is like Marvel's exception to the rule right now. But for all the other movies, there's no like story to jump back into because Endgame like cleaned everything up, and now you have to build up a new thing for me to be interested in. It can't just ride off the hype of superheroes anymore. It's more important.
Did Logan make money? Yeah, but that's also more than 10 years old if I'm correct.
For the movies to be good now because there have been so many. And I think there was this era right after Endgame came out where they were all
9 years? God damn.
All stinkers. Like they just suck, dude. Like
yeah, Logan did do well.
They're not going in any interesting direction. The dialogue sucks.
Okay. This is an interesting conversation. By the way, shout out to the Lemonade Stand. Go follow and subscribe and watch the Lemonade Stand. They're great. New rival podcast. I have to be magnanimous and support them.
Oh yeah, wow. That's
fucking rivals.
Cool.
Fully 56 years Batman. Love you guys.
No, okay, so I added kind of as we were watching.
That's for cool.
Who is your Mount Rushmore of DC villains? I got Joker, Lex, Darkseid, and Reverse Flash, maybe Two-Face. Honestly, I could be convinced on number 4.
Joker, Lobo, Larfleeze, Clayface, Deathstroke, probably right there. That's where I would go. Anyway, only 4. Larfleeze is crazy. Larfleeze is so fucking fun. Anyway, let me finish what I was saying. I think I said most of what I wanted to express. There are a few other things that I'll just quickly say. First of all, the one thing that I think hurts, it hurts. So we never mention it, especially at this table when you have three guys talking about, oh man, Dark Knight, Iron Man, what an era for superhero movies. Guys, you're in your 30s now. Those movies came out when you had just turned 20. You're older. Your sense of wonder is gone. Perhaps not all of these Disney-made superhero projects are for you anymore. They're not for you anymore. As long as Disney is going to make superhero projects, they're for kids. And Haas made a good point. A lot of Disney's nut is selling products. And while the films might not be popping, I guarantee you the merch is still off the fucking Richter, bro. So I think there's still that. The licensing is going crazy. I think the other thing you have to talk about that they touch on is that there have been so many superhero projects made now that you can't just say superhero movie anymore. There's too many of them. There's no like consistency of content or storytelling or anything like that. It's not the idea of a superhero that gets people into the movies anymore. It's specific heroes. It's specific stories. And you guys forget why superhero movies had such an easy time thriving and why video game movies had such a hard time digging their feet in. And that is, for every one of those superhero projects you see, there have been 100 fucking years of comic books to back them up. Thousands and thousands and thousands of stories made by some of the best, most prolific, most genius nerds to ever pick up a pen, backing the stories that you put on the screen. And that is when these movies sing, when they work in unison with some of the great nerd storytellers ever. That's why Gunn's projects feel so amazing, because Gunn is a fucking giga nerd. Gunn was there when The Dark Magic was written. He knows about these impossibly obscure characters. That is why he was able to give such life to Guardians of the Galaxy, because he knows those stories, he knows those characters. And also why Superman felt so deep. Jesus Christ, there is a mural in the background of the Halls of Justice that had 8 characters. I'm a DC fan that I had never fucking heard of, man. He was like, oh, that's the Red Knight from Action Comics 7 in the 1960s about a guy who went back in time and fought in the court of King Arthur. And I was like, what the fuck? This guy loves this shit.
Someone already said this in chat, but if they make the new X-Men as horny as the comics, they're making $1 billion. I'm not even joking. That Grant Morrison run is pure angst.
True. The reason why it is harder to make a video game project like Sonic is because the lore isn't there. It's just not there in the same way. Same thing with Mario. Same thing with a lot of these projects. And so a screenwriter has to sit down
my savior.
And
Happy
cook
37 months
some
BB.
backstory, which is why ultimately Mario made a lot of money, right? But what the fuck? They were just like, what the fuck? They were just creating shit. Same thing with Minecraft movie. It just felt like every word that had ever been said in a Minecraft game was now expanded on to be a core part of the lore. I don't know. What's up, Austin Show? How you doing, baby? I don't think superhero movies are going anywhere. I don't think superhero projects are going anywhere. I just think that the people that are going to make them are going to be a little bit more discerning. I don't think that they are a free money machine anymore. That is the difference. You have to make something that people want to see, that is going to get some word of mouth hype, because people aren't just going to obligatory go to the movie theater anymore. They have to hear someone say, hey, that movie was pretty good. Anyway, Spider-Man is too huge. Spider-Man also, basically, for the most part, every one of the Spider-Man movies is good, except for Spider-Man 3 with the original Venom.
What advice would you give yourself at 25?
Give yourself time. Don't compare yourself to others. Life is not lived in the squares of Instagram. It's lived out in the street. And the pace of your life is only measurable by yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy, and we are encouraged every day to compare.
Will, how has preseason content from the NY Jets been treating you?
Preseason content? It's been okay. It's been okay. I mean, the Jets, I don't think the Jets are going to be great. But I'm more excited about the gay cheerleaders over in
Will wasn't sure if
Minnesota.
you'd watched it yet, but Killdozer did a new challenge on eating from vending machines.
Yeah, I got to check that out. I mean, fastest 5 minutes in football. I'm going to condense it to 1 minute. Micah Parsons almost guaranteed to leave the Cowboys now. Crazy. The Jets, in a trading frenzy today, picked up 2 defensive tackles and looked to be in on a wide receiver. I think they're trying to get Chris Olave. I think they're trying to get the Saints to admit that they're throwing the season. The Jets will be better with Chris Olave. I don't know if they'll be great. What else is happening in preseason? A lot of injuries. I don't know. It'll be an interesting season. That'll be all I talk about before the season starts. So we'll get it popping there. Bro, I'm so unbelievably excited for this. Joe Flacco as a starter. I don't think that's news, honestly. I think the thing with, so let me explain something to you. This is the only football thing I'll talk about. You have to start the vet before you start the young guy. Because if you start the young guy and then put the vet in, the young guy's career is over. Look at Anthony Richardson, right? Anthony Richardson got benched for Danny Dimes, and everybody's like, he'll never play football again. But it's not true, right? They could move them back and forth. But the implication is that once you go to the vet from the young guy, it's over. If you go to the young guy from the vet, then they're like, oh, we can shake this up and get a pop.
I'm the first pick for my league. Who do you recommend I pick up as my first pick?
I'm the first pick. Oh. There is only one person that you should draft with the first pick. It's Jamar Chase. If you are in a PPR league, that is the concession. You have to be in a PPR league. If you are in a PPR league and you do not draft Jamar Chase with your first pick, you're high. Please, Will, you gotta see this. All right, let me take a look. Oh, a Sekiro anime? Dude, this makes me so happy. I'm about to get my nerd dick hard. Okay, this makes me so happy because I feel like this is going to fill in the lore for a From project in such a crazy way. They should do it with all their IP. And what it reminds me of is fucking Dot Hack Sign. Does anybody remember watching and playing Dot Hack Sign at the same time to get the full lore experience? Oh my God. Someone said AI trash. Why did you say AI trash? This isn't AI, is it? It's made with AI? What? I mean, this looks insane. The company has a history of using AI. I'm going to withhold my judgment on this until I see something concrete. I don't know. It's obvious. Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No, it's not. AI is not obvious anymore. I wish it were. I wish I could look at any piece of AI and be like, that's AI. I'm going to tell you how not obvious AI is. I have looked at multiple projects that people have been like, AI, and I'm like, no, it's not. That's just a video of someone.
Football call-in podcast collab streams weekly.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to Ninjite.
I mean, that looks cool. I don't know. I'll try and learn more. I can't learn about it in the tempest of chat right now on the spot. I'm not going to make a judgment right now, but it would be a cool project. I hope they didn't take any animators' jobs away to make that. That'd be very sad.
I need to become more than a man. I need to become...
Oh, wait, why does this look so good? This is fake CGI? Fuck!
A symbol.
What did you have in mind?
Hope it's going
Hey
well.
now. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate
I
it.
love all the streams. Keep it up.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, guys, I have been trying to start the movie earlier for movie night. It probably ain't going to happen tonight. It's probably going to be another 30 minutes to an hour just because I took some time off and I want to do some desktop content. And there's a lot I got to catch up on. Don't worry, the movie is coming, but I'm trying to start it at 8:30 these days, but I'm sorry, East Coasters, go fuck yourself. All right, get into a better time zone, okay? I'm doing my fucking best.
Who are you? I'm Batman. Why so serious? You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. I'm
yes!
allergic to nuts.
Dude, the line from the original fucking Bat. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
The man behind the mask.
I got you!
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This looks visually, this is fucking crazy. Okay. Okay. Will, my new job requires me to be at 6 a.m. I miss going to movie nights. Listen, to be fair, the last few movie nights, I have started the film at 8:30 or earlier. The last 3 of them. So I have been trying. It's just because I've taken a little time off. There will be a movie tonight. I'm doing my best. Can't please all the people all the time. I'm doing my fucking best.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
Is that Matt Berry?
You merely adopted the dark.
That's Matt Berry!
I was born in it, molded by... Ah! Who put that there?
Fucking love Matt Berry.
I could have really hurt myself.
Phenomenal. I'm excited.
Oh,
God,
yeah,
I'm
wow,
excited.
that's
Yes.
very cool.
As usual. Boobs.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
I mean,
I can't
finally,
contain
someone
my
in chat saying
excitement for
something
this.
logical. Yeah, I mean, that looks great. All right. Here's another one that I have averted my eyes from. Averted my fucking eyes from. Fallout Season 2. Fallout Season 1 fucking ripped. It absolutely fucking ripped. I'm so excited for this.
I'm looking for someone.
Common story around here. Someone you care about or someone you hate?
Okay. Can I just say that she is maybe one of the most beautiful people ever? She's one of those people that's so pretty, she looks like an alien. She doesn't look human. You know what I mean? Where I'm just like, what the hell? How are your eyes so big?
I cried watching this trailer.
Oh, what a great question.
So peak.
What say you, Miss McLean?
She's perfect.
Why would my dad go to Las Vegas?
I'm gonna come. I'm not ready for the references. I'm not ready for the New Vegas references. Should I do a New Vegas playthrough before it comes out? I should.
You want to know why the world ended? It started here with one man.
It's all over, but the cry.
Oh my God, dude. That's very cool. I felt my dick move, bro. Oh my God. Holy shit.
Cooper Howard, star of the silver screen. Like yourself, I am the very best at what I do.
But
And what I do is I know everything. I know there's a war coming. The bombs will only be the beginning. My concern is that you would do just about anything to save your family. I think you are actually quite a violent man. You just don't want to kill me yet.
Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking go.
Let's get lucky, shall we?
They did the Cowboy Bebop. They did the Cowboy Bebop. I need to walk around. Oh my God, it's Vats. Oh my God, it's Vats.
I defer to you about what to do in this situation.
Oh, dude. When they, okay, I don't mean to give anything away if you haven't seen it, but when they kind of like teased New Vegas at the end of last season, I was like, I wonder how New Vegas they're gonna go. Is it just gonna kind of be something in a fucking backdrop? Is it kind of gonna be just a nope? They're going the full Monty. They're showing full hole. Oh my God. Okay, I got to do a Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition run before the show. I have till December. How about I do like a December 1st run to get us ready? God, I'm ready. Interesting to me that James Gunn continues to say follow-up. What is this? James Gunn says the Superman follow-up movie takes place within the group of characters we've already met, and Superman is an important element.
No spoilers, but you will be overloaded with references.
He's doing Justice League. Dude, I'm telling you, Peacemaker. I don't think anybody's ready for Peacemaker. I think Peacemaker's about to set the fucking stage. Dude, DC fans, long did we suffer. Long did we suffer, DC fans. Ridiculed. As pariahs, we waited. We waited as the Flash, as that non-binary demon destroyed characters we loved. That's not any slight at non-binary people. I love you. But the Flash just was not it. Not it. We suffered. And now we're so back.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is
Dude, look at me. Look at me. It's all coming up Millhouse. And be loved, but not that one. Someone wrote in chat. By the way, in case anybody is just completely out of the loop as to what I'm talking about, what the fuck? Why can't I pull up an image? They won't even pull up an image of the movie. What is happening? Here, Jesus Christ. I'm referring to Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller has some of the craziest, really not so nice stories about them. And the Flash was just the final insult. Whoa, a raid! Caw-caw! Caw-caw! That's a big old raid. Thank you.
Hey, Will,
Caw-caw
if it
TV.
makes you appreciate Gunn even more, the Hall of Justice was originally inspired by Cincinnati Union Terminal. The building still exists and Gunn shot on location for Superman.
That's good stuff. Anyway, dude, it's just, to be honest, being a DC fan for me was a lot like being a Jets fan, where I just kept waiting. I just kept saying, please stop. Stop torturing me. One day we'll win. One day we'll win.
Happy 3 months. I
One
love
day
the
we'll
streams
win,
in this
and the day is
community.
finally here.
Thanks for the laughs and getting me into film.
Oh, are these the winners of the Emiru cosplay contest?
Character names.
Dude.
Let me see if I can find some
Those
of them.
all look so
we can look
sick.
at them again. Okay, so here's Iron Inquisitor Kale
Unreal.
by Shisu Cosplay. This is
Unreal.
number 1 on the poll. So if you like this one, you would type 1.
That's crazy.
And then, can someone help me out? What is the character on number 2?
From Diablo.
But what are they called?
It's a barbarian, right?
The character's name is...
Come on, Amy.
I don't know.
It is Awoken Calderon Armor from Diablo 4.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so this is
that's
number
barbarian
2
armor.
on the poll.
I never got that far in D4. No.
Amazing.
God, Baby No Money is so funny.
Same.
Dude, Baby No Money is fucking founding father goes crazy.
Yeah, this one's crazy.
D4 bad.
And then number 3, Mother Miranda, I believe.
Mother Miranda.
That's so good. And this one is
Yeah.
insane.
Holy
So this is number 3
shit.
on the
it
poll
is
chat.
It is
Crazy.
a fully embroidered tabard.
Amazing, beautiful, stunning. And then Grandmother Willow from Pocahontas. This one doesn't even look real in a good way.
God
It's crazy.
damn.
Great.
I don't even remember that character in Pocahontas.
I need to see a video of this one.
Yeah, I
wish-
would
I
love
wish
to
there
see
was a
this in real
video.
life.
It's so cool. Yeah, when I first saw this one on the subreddit, I had to do a double take because I thought that this was not a real costume. It's crazy.
AI.
All right, then the Lilith.
Lilith,
Mother.
mother.
So much Diablo.
Oh, yeah.
Mother.
Netflix.
Crazy.
She found
Neff, let's go.
it. Oh wait, there is a video. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Ooh.
And you've been
Because that's how she makes it, though. So it doesn't really go into
That's how she made it.
Look at that
But
squishy
there's
material.
a lot of movement. Oh my god, that's insane.
This standing at the end
That's
of your
so
bed,
cool.
and you wake up, you're like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Crazy.
The fucking wave.
Is number 5.
Dude.
Number
the
5.
Lilith.
So crazy.
Mother.
Beautiful, very, very beautiful. Mind flare.
So cool.
Very,
the
very
Mind Flayer. Awesome cosplay. You know I never fucked with that Mind Flayer. Everybody was trying to get me to be like, the Mind Flayer is hot. No. No. Hell no. To be honest, I was so in love with Karlach at that point that I couldn't see any other characters. You know what I mean? I only had eyes for Karlach.
cool.
Oh my god, there's a human under there.
Yeah. she's
the
she's
heck?
wearing the squid head.
We know? Okay. Okay. All right.
I was scared.
It's so detailed. It's unbelievable. It's like the shininess makes it seem
Gooba,
like
thank you
it's
so much.
greasy and oily.
Not down for the
It
alien
looks like
strange ass
reptilian or
feeling.
fish-like. It's super
Me
cool.
too.
Not down for the alien strange. No, I told you. Maybe if I had met them at a different point in my life. But I was trying to stockpile fire resist potions so I wouldn't barbecue my wiener at that point. You know what I mean?
All right, and then can someone help me the name of this Borderlands character?
The Borderlands
No.
character's name is.
Borderlands guy.
Oh,
Is it handsome Jack?
I think
No.
this is one of the only
Zane?
Borderlands.
this a-
Zane.
Zane. Okay.
Zane
Thank
Flint.
you. By Blinks.
That is, dude, what is so impressive to me about all the Borderlands cosplays is the makeup job. They do such a good job with like the pixel, you know what I mean? They capture that style so perfectly.
It's a Cause Cave, and this is a girl
Incredible.
chat. It's very, very impressive. She's very talented. Wow.
Insane.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. And then, last but not least, we have an original design by Cindere's Art. Her
Insane.
Oracle. She came up with this herself.
So sick.
Insane.
Very, very cool. All right, so I just want to give everyone a chance to review all of these before we start the poll. We will.
Bro, if you could make a character like that, I'm gonna be real. If I looked like that and I had a cosplay like that, I would just go like haunt the Appalachian Trail and fuck with people. Can you imagine if you just saw some like tech bros in in Arc'teryx hiking and you were just like by a stream like, come here, let me show you something. Like you would traumatize them forever. You would change the course of their life. They would believe in something beyond their mechanical world. You'd get shot? No chance. No chance. Austin and Hassan earlier today.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You're fake.
I'm fake.
Why is this so quiet, Austin?
Only call me just to prove a point on stream now. Clout has changed you. You become a clout goblin.
I am not a clout goblin.
Yeah, you become a clout goblin.
No, that is not.
You used to call me. You used to call me to talk about some gay shit.
Wait, like what?
You used to, I don't know, like, oh, I'm having a hard
Like what? Reference any conversation we've had.
time, putting together a pool party or whatever, drama in your life.
No,
okay? And it wasn't for show. It wasn't for show. It wasn't on camera. It was off camera.
Look,
we had something. We had a relationship.
You want me?
And
Look,
now it's turned into a relationship.
look, it is not. I'll call you off camera if you answer. I call you all the time to talk politics.
That's literally, you're doing it. Chat, don't believe him. He's doing it for show.
No, I'm not.
Show.
This fucking man. I love that Austin Show is streaming. Has anybody else been watching those streams? They make me laugh. Will Neff.
Superman felt like such a vindication because after years of superhero movies being corporate, we finally got something that felt genuine while not shying away from comics. The original Daredevil show is what made me fall in love with visual art, and the new season was honestly dog shit because Disney didn't want to renew the Netflix cruise contracts.
I have heard that the new season of Daredevil is good, and so good, in fact, that I have planned on going back and watching all the original Daredevil and the new Daredevil because it's been suggested to me so many times. Like, that's the next one on my list. You were lied to. All right, I'm going to check it out. I'll judge it. I haven't watched any of the Marvel TV shows, really. But yes.
I don't take no shit from anyone.
Will, how was the Arrowverse for a DC head like yourself, as the most recent DC success?
Arrowverse as the most recent DC success. I think it's Peacemaker before Superman. I'm going to be so for real. I never really watched any of the CW stuff. It just was not my speed.
You're running out of puff.
I may be out of puff, but I still have my balls.
Yeah, right. Not for long.
All right. I'll look at his balls. His balls! Will Neff, you react to the conversation where the ghost spoke through. Have you watched it back? I haven't.
Do whatever. If you want to go...
In the women's room.
Is this the clip?
Here, after tetanus.
Dude, the craziest part was when I was in this room by myself.
Any of these anymore? That's
Eric.
Oh fuck! It just gave a name. Hi, Eric. Hello, Eric. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, this stream was awesome. This stream was so fun. I wanted to be scared, and I was scared. Go follow Datoon. while we're on DC projects, this could be interesting. After years of silence, DC boss James Gunn teases DCU game plans. There's one thing in particular I'm excited about, but it does take time. He's baiting Justice League now. He's baiting Justice League. That is where he's getting. Ninja Gaiden 4?
Since ancient times, the Hayabusa and Raven ninja clans have
Does this mean that we're getting another Dead or Alive, please?
fought to keep peace, with the Hayabusa clan in the spotlight. But your clan, the Raven clan, has always had a secret motive.
Thanks. I owe you one. Hayabusa.
This guy's got the most ludicrous armor I've ever seen. I want it. The horn dogs are begging. You mean me? I'm begging. Give me a Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball adult-rated game. Listen, Marvel basically let the cat out of the bag. We're still horny. God damn it, we're still horny.
Expect heavy resistance from the DDO. We're all counting on you, Yakumo.
Porn is free. Yeah, but that's not what Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball gave me. It wasn't just porn.
Oh yeah, wow.
It was a lifestyle.
5-month hype.
It was a lifestyle. There was something about going to the beach and listening to that soundtrack and buying gifts for the other bouncy girls. There was something so tasteful about it. I was immersed. You know what I mean? Listen.
Oh yeah,
Men-
wow. That's for
Men, let me teach
Have
you
we
something.
discussed the Tramail Tillman casting?
No, we haven't yet. We can talk about that later. Let me tell you something, okay? Women are actually the ones that perfected porn, okay? Because anybody can get fucked.
Oh yeah, wow.
And anybody
That's
can
very
get
cool.
fucked on
I
camera.
will.
And honestly,
Love
there's
you.
a time and place for that. I enjoy it from time to time. But there's something about the immersive worlds of smut. When's the last time you really immersed yourself into some smut? Because Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball is not porn. It's smut. It's Tumblr. You know what I mean? It's tasteful, well done, pretty, immersive. I'm not just getting horny for the 10 minutes it takes me to achieve orgasm. I'm getting horny for an entire 20-hour gameplay experience. You feel me?
Yakumo, just focus on the hostiles for now.
Understood. Stop this madness. Stay away
Peanut just come into that talk. Oh, Lord.
from the Dark Dragon Seal. Go back home to your little raven
Okay, this armor is the coolest fucking armor I've ever seen.
nest.
Quiet day night. Thank you. I came in at the perfect time. Oh.
Or die here.
I talked about half suit at the beginning of the stream. I didn't give any details, but they are absolutely frothing, Peanut. Who is absolutely frothy for the half suit video? One's in chat.
If you truly think you have what it takes to slay the Dark Dragon, prove it.
The very fiend that resurrected the Dark Dragon years ago. Even a mortal
Okay, where are the girl ninjas?
such as yourself has heard of me.
Die, insect.
Please, don't kill him. The whole world's at stake.
All right. That looks fun. Bro, there. Okay, I'm not pulling that up. Liam Neeson reacts to seeing a Labubu for the first time. Now this is Criterion
I
content.
don't take no shit from anyone.
Yes.
I hope Gunn adds a reference to Kal-El No in his Justice League.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe.
Honestly, no. Seriously, I don't know.
That is a Labubu.
Okay. It's a fluffy doll. Can you eat it?
The owner of the Labubu is now a billionaire because people around the world are hoarding these.
Really?
And they almost got banned in the UK because people were fighting each other on the streets for them. I have a pink one.
That doesn't surprise me.
If that homophobia wasn't so goddamn funny, it would be problematic.
I've never heard of them. No.
That's crazy. He said, I have a pink one. Doesn't surprise me.
I've never heard of them. No.
What about this? You know what this is?
What? Oh, that's a Labubu without the skin.
Early drawing for E.T., probably.
That is a Lafufu. It's a Labubu without the hair.
And without the genitals.
I hear Naked Gun is
You know
so
what
good,
this-
and I haven't been able to watch it yet. Makes me sad. I gotta get active. If you need a reason to watch X-Men 97, here it is. I don't. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Great song in this Froggy clip. Tell me what you think. God damn it. What is this?
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Deanie, you clipped this yourself, bro. You can't even pretend that it's like a gag. You can't even pretend that it's like a ha ha. Look at this.
Oh, yeah,
this was
wow,
you,
that's
bro.
very cool.
You
We
were
should
like, I
cap
gotta
off the
save
season
this
with
for
Wet
later.
Hot
God
American Summer
damn.
for a movie night.
I gotta save this, but let God damn. One day I'm just gonna randomly do a stream like this. One day, randomly, the stream is just gonna go live and it's gonna be 3 of me wearing almost nothing, just cranking hog right in the fucking lens. Deanie, the one thing that's weird about the clip is you said something about the song being good. There was no music playing, right? Did I miss it? He did. All right, what else is Jesus Christ? Who has more aura? Oh, it's the Goofy phone. I'm sorry, the Goofy phone is fucking 10 out of 10.
Oh
That's
yeah,
easy
wow,
for me.
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. By the way, speaking of Goofy, I went to the oh, I got Hassan a gift, and you guys, the podcast is tomorrow, so you don't have time to ruin it. I went to a Doyers game and I got him the Doyers Demon Slayer hat. But what I wanted to say was the organist at the Dodgers game randomly, like it was like the bottom of the 5th. And it was, it's like kind of in between things. And then all of a sudden I just hear him on the organ play this shit. And I was like, yeah, Dieter's cooking. Yeah. Dude, I got active, bro. I was out of my seat. I was singing. If we put ourselves in motion. Da, 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 da. Oh, is this the trailer for Good Boy? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with peace and love, it is film night. It is film night. It is film night. This is going to be the last trailer I watch.
At Wilnef,
It's 9
we get
p.m.
the one Japanese
My
game
East
show where you have to
Coasters.
guess if it's your sibling in the hole in the wall, but it's just you showing hole now.
Was your suggestion for a show a glory hole where you may or may not be fucking your siblings? You have a gift, sir or ma'am. Do not hide that under a bushel basket because that is must-see TV. If I ever go to Kick, that'll be the first show I produce. You would call it incestual instead of incestual. I mean, come on. Can you just hand me the $1 billion already?
Look who's here.
In case you don't know, this is a horror movie that's being made from the perspective of a family dog.
I guess I'm next. I should never have come here.
Hell yes. Hell yes. That looks awesome. By the way, apparently right after that trailer dropped, the most Googled thing in the world was, does the dog die in Good Boy? Which is so fun. Everybody was like, without even, I don't know, an intention to see the movie or not, was like, well, hold on. Well, hold the fuck on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dogs are the best, man. God, dogs are the best. Dude, when I got back from San Diego, Farley acted like I had been gone for a decade. He went absolutely fucking mental. This morning, we went to his favorite treat place and he picked out a treat. He was riding high on the hog today. He had a great day. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to be back. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
Thoughts on Eden with Jude Law, Sydney Sweeney, Vanessa Kirby, and Ana de Armas? Yay or nay?
I haven't seen it yet.
To watch it tomorrow.
Is it out? I didn't know it was out.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Oh, I guess it's out. I'll have to watch Eden. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the fourth time in film movie history, we are doing a blind view. We're doing a blind view.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Howdy Will and Shadow 7.
A movie that's been requested a lot, and I kind of wanted to watch it.
Did you hear Kirby's Air Ride 2 is coming out?
No, I didn't. That's cool. So tonight we are doing a movie that's been suggested to me a lot. It is like a slapstick comedy movie. And I kind of wanted to watch it because of the success of Oh My God, BBW just caught a cricket and she is going in, bro. Because of the success of The Naked Gun, the movie tonight is Hundreds of Beavers. And the name might mislead you. There are no full frontal nude vaginas in the film, unfortunately. But it is a slapstick comedy movie. I had a lot of fun watching Doctor Strangelove last week, and I kind of just we watched a lot of really heavy movies back to back to back to back to back. And so I kind of wanted to do a little deload. Also, usually I have more time to prepare for a film night. Unfortunately, I was working all day today and I had just gotten back. So I wanted to, do a blind viewing with you so we can react to it together natively. So without any further ado, we're going to get this thing started. We're going to watch a little bumper, then I'm going to give you the rules, then we're going to watch the official rules. But you have about 5 minutes before the movie starts if you need to do anything. Haas, go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
Isn't it beautiful, Chad? Life is not a movie. It's not scripted, edited, or packaged for the screen. We are more than the moments we see in motion pictures. Our existence is raw, unscripted, and beautifully unpredictable. Every breath, every heartbeat is a story untold, and a story that goes beyond any frame.
Yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Hell yeah, brother.
But in those frames, in those fleeting moments on the screen, we find our greatest escape. Movies let us step outside of life, if only for a moment, to dream, to feel, and to live someone else's story. And sometimes, that's exactly what we need. Welcome to Blue Neff's Movie Night.
Yes, indeedy, ladies and gentlemen, it's film night. I assume most of you have been here before, but I am going to give you the rules nonetheless, in case there are some of you who haven't been here before. Is there anybody whose first movie night is tonight? One's in chat if it's your first movie night. I know I'm going to see some people with like 8-year badges being like, I'm here. All right, we got one. This person's new. Strawberries, welcome. This is specifically for you, motherfucker.
Wow,
so listen up.
Cool.
So we're gonna watch a movie tonight. This is part of a kind of we'll call it a film class. I try and make it a film class. I try and make it as transformative as possible. Usually, I have watched these movies ahead of time, and I've prepared a little kind of like spiel that I give at the end. This is a first time viewing. mainly just because I didn't have time to prepare. I was very busy down in San Diego and then at the mortuary. So we're doing a blind view tonight. But at the end of this film, I'll give my take on it, and then I will open it up to kind of a open learning style where you guys can ask questions or make statements for about an hour, and we'll learn together. During movie night, I turn off all alerts. The ads should be off. Basically, I ask that you don't give me money. As a streamer, my job really boils down to getting money out of you guys as much as possible. But this is something that we do as a community, and it's kind of my love letter to you. And I just ask that you enjoy yourself and have a good time and not worry about donating or subbing or doing any of those things during the run of the movie.
Cool. Pam13
Other than just
gifted a
enjoy
tier 1
and
sub to
hopefully
Strawberries.
broaden your
They have given
horizons.
23 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you. So in order to do this, we have to observe some rules. First, we have to watch movies that are on YouTube, free movies, because they've been licensed out, and it's kind of a gray area for us to watch them, as long as we don't create a copy of the movie, so there will be no VOD of the stream.
That's very cool.
Because we don't want to do anything that's unethical or out of line. I'll do my best not to talk during the film, but if I think there's a particularly teachable moment, I will pause the movie and talk to you guys. It happens. Yeah. Okay. So this is a blind viewing for me. I've heard a lot about this movie. This movie came out 3 years ago. It's called Hundreds of Beavers, and it's kind of like a throwback slapstick comedy, but made in 2022. So this movie will feel like you're watching something from the, got him. Thank you. Thank you. That's a lot of Joes. But yeah, needless to say, chat will be off, alerts will be off, everything will be off. Just sit back and enjoy. We've been doing this for 5 years. We've really had to evolve to continue doing it, but I really appreciate the 5,000 of you that show up every Wednesday to broaden your horizons and watch a movie with a group of people. I think it's really cool, and it makes me really happy, and it's probably my favorite thing that I do. So thank you for showing up. Now, during the run of this film, I will not stop the movie. I will not stop the movie for more than like 30 seconds. So all of the people that are like, well, my internet's out, I have to pee, my grandma is dying, pause the film. It's not going to happen. Sorry, Nana. You should have thought of that beforehand. So in order to amend that, I am going to show a 3-minute set of rules. This 3 minutes is your chance to get a drink, get a blanket, turn out the lights, get comfortable, do all of those things, because once this train starts, it doesn't stop. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you all so much showing up. You've made my life so much better, and I hope I give a fraction of that back to you. Tonight's movie, one more time, is Hundreds of Beavers. I assume the majority of you have not seen it, as also I have not seen it. So with that being said, here are the rules. I'll be back in 3 minutes, and we will watch this movie. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy.
It's a groovy time for a movie time. So grab your gap and grab a seat. But don't forget to get something to eat. Delicious meat and nutritious meat.
You can't beat my meat for a special treat. Sucking on me is really neat.
Don't be a jerk and don't be a fool. Be a good neighbor and follow these rules. What are these rules? Remember to keep your shoes on at all times. Don't pull your penis out unless you really need to. Indecent exposure is a class 2 felony.
Don't talk once. Don't talk once. You came here once. Don't let it work out. We still have a fucking money. Do not check on the scene of the
was grabbing my dinner. I'm sorry. Sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this going. Whip. 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 All right. Should be ready to go.